There is something an older man can do in less than 4 seconds that no younger man on earth can replicate, my friend. 0:077 seconds. He can smile at a woman. And before you laugh at how simple that sounds, listen 0:1414 seconds carefully. Because what neuroscience has now confirmed about the female brain in those 4 seconds is something almost no 0:2222 seconds man over 50 has ever been told. The right smile from the right older man triggers a cascade inside her mind that 0:3131 seconds bypasses logic, melts hesitation, and rewires how she sees him before she has consciously decided anything. 0:3939 seconds. Tonight, I'm going to break down exactly what happens inside her brain second by second when an older man smiles at her 0:4848 seconds the right way. Let's begin. The first second her brain decides whether to trust you. In the first second after you 0:5656 seconds smile at a woman, my friend, her brain is doing something it has been doing since she was a baby. It is deciding 1:04 1 minute 4 seconds whether you are safe. This is not conscious. She is not thinking about it. 1:09 1 minute 9 seconds. Deep in the oldest parts of her brain, ancient circuits are reading your face for threat or welcome. And the smile is 1:171 minute 17 seconds, the single fastest piece of information they evaluate. But here's what makes the older man's smile different. A 1:251 minute 25 seconds younger man's smile is read with caution. The female brain has learned over years of dating that a young man's 1:331 minute 33 second smile often comes with an agenda. It is the opening move of a pursuit. It is a tool he is using to get something from 1:411 minute 41 seconds her. So her trust circuits remain on alert, even as she smiles back. The older man's smile is read differently. 1:491 minute 49 seconds. It carries less perceived threat because it does not appear to be hunting for anything. It looks like a man who is simply pleased to be in the 1:581 minute 58 seconds moment, not a man trying to win it. And her brain registers this within milliseconds. The threat circuits relax. 2:062 minutes 6 seconds. The welcoming circuits engage. Without her noticing, she has shifted in less than 1 second from guarded to open. 2:152 minutes 15 seconds. This is why the older man's smile, when it is genuine, has an effect younger men cannot manufacture, no matter how hard. 2:232 minutes 23 seconds. They try. It speaks the language of safety before it speaks the language of attraction. And a woman cannot be drawn. 2:31 2 minutes 31 seconds toward anyone she has not first decided is safe. The second recognition floods in. In the second, 2:392 minutes 39 seconds. After that, something even more interesting happens. Her brain begins to recognize you. Not literally, 2:472 minutes 47 seconds. She has never met you, but it recognizes the archetype of you. Every woman walks around with a vast internal library of 2:552 minutes 55 seconds, male. Faces she has loved, trusted, depended on, or simply admired across her lifetime. Her father, her 3:033 minutes 3 seconds grandfather, her favorite uncle, a teacher, a character from a film she watched at 12 and never forgot. 3:113 minutes, 11 seconds. The kind older man who helped her once when she was lost. When you smile at her, her brain rapidly scans this 3:183 minutes, 18 seconds library, searching for whether you match any of the trusted templates already living inside her. And the older man, by 3:263 minutes, 26 seconds, virtue of his age alone, is far more likely to match one of those templates than a younger man could ever be. This is not romantic at this stage. 3:353 minutes, 35 seconds. It is something more important than romantic. It is familiar. She feels, without knowing why, that she has met. 3:423 minutes, 42 seconds. You before. That she knows the kind of man you are. That there is a softness around the edges of your presence that 3:503 minutes, 50 seconds she remembers from somewhere in her past. And this recognition makes her drop another layer of guard. Younger 3:583 minutes, 58 seconds. Men cannot trigger this because they do not match the older trusted archetypes. 4 minutes and 3 seconds. They are interpreted as new, unknown, untested. An older man, even one she has just met, gets the gift of 4:124 minutes, 12 seconds being read as familiar before he has done anything to earn it. Use that gift, my friend. It is one of the few 4:204 minutes, 20 seconds advantages age gives you that nothing else can replicate. The third second the chemistry starts. By the third second, if 4:29, 4 minutes, 29 seconds, your smile has done its work. The chemistry has begun. Inside her brain, small bursts of dopamine and 4:364 minutes, 36 seconds, oxytocin are released. Dopamine is the chemistry of pleasant surprise, of small reward, of the feeling that something 4:444 minutes, 44 seconds good might be happening. Oxytocin is the chemistry of bonding, of warmth, of being held without being 4:524 minutes, 52 seconds touched. These two together in those first seconds create the foundation of what we mean when we say chemistry 5 minutes between two people. But here is the catch. These chemicals only release if the smile reads as genuine. The female 5:095 minutes, 9 seconds brain has been calibrated by evolution to detect the difference between a real smile and a performed one. And it does 5:165 minutes, 16 seconds so with terrifying accuracy. A fake smile, even a well-practiced one, does not trigger the same response. The 5:255 minutes, 25 seconds chemicals stay locked away. Her face may smile, back politely, but inside, nothing has happened. A real smile, the 5:345 minutes, 34 seconds kind that reaches the eyes, that creases the skin at the corners, that arrives unforced because something inside you is 5:425 minutes, 42 seconds, actually pleased. This is what releases the chemistry. And this is where the older man has another advantage. His 5:55 minutes, 50 seconds face has been smiling for 60 years. The muscles know how. The lines around his eyes deepen naturally, 5:575 minutes, 57 seconds, when something genuinely amuses him. His smile cannot be hidden. It is part of his architecture. Now, the 6:056 minutes, 5 seconds reason older men's smiles can be so devastatingly effective is that after a lifetime of practice, They are harder to fake and easier to read as real. 6:156 minutes, 15 seconds. And real in this game is everything. The fourth second, she begins to lean in. Now we arrive at the 6:236 minutes, 23 seconds, most beautiful moment in the entire sequence, my friend. By the fourth second, if everything before has worked, 6 minutes and 36 seconds. 31 seconds, her body begins to lean in. Not literally lean, although sometimes literally, but internally. Her attention, 6 minutes and 40 seconds. 40 seconds has narrowed onto you. Her interest is awake. The conversational opening has been set, and her brain is now generating 6:486 minutes, 48 seconds, curiosity. Who is this man? What is his story? Why did his smile land the way it? 6:556 minutes, 55 seconds did. This is the moment that separates the older men who know what they are doing from the ones who don't. Because 7:017 minutes, 1 second, most men, even when they get the first 3 seconds right, blow this fourth second by trying too hard. They follow the 7:097 minutes, 9 seconds smile with a line, with a compliment, with something rehearsed, and the entire cascade collapses, because 7:177 minutes, 17 seconds, nothing kills the chemistry her brain just produced faster than the sudden realization that the man across from her, 7:257 minutes, 25 seconds, has an agenda. After all, the older man who understands what is happening does not rush. He lets the smile, 7:327 minutes, 32 seconds, land. He lets the silence breathe. He may say nothing at all for several seconds, allowing her to come to him, 7:407 minutes, 40 seconds, rather than reaching for her. And in doing so, he amplifies everything that just happened in her brain. Because now, 7:487 minutes, 48 seconds, her curiosity has nowhere to spend itself except on him. She begins to wonder. She begins to engage. She, 7:577 minutes, 57 seconds, begins in 1,000 small ways to do the work of moving toward you that you would otherwise have had to do. 8:048 minutes, 4 seconds toward her. All because of a smile that knew how to land and a silence that knew how to follow. What she is reading, 8:138 minutes, 13 seconds behind the smile. There is one more thing I have to tell you before we end, my friend, because it is the deepest part of all. In all of these, 8:218 minutes, 21 seconds, her brain is not just reading your smile. It is reading what is behind it. It is asking a question her 8:298 minutes, 29 seconds conscious mind would never form so directly. What kind of life does this smile come from? What kind of man smiles 8:378 minutes, 37 seconds like this? And the answer to that question determines almost everything. A smile that comes from a man at peace, 8:458 minutes, 45 seconds with himself, looks different from a smile that comes from a man performing for her. A smile that comes from a man, 8:528 minutes, 52 seconds, whose eyes have seen things, looks different from a smile that comes from a man who has not yet been touched by 8:598 minutes, 59 seconds life. A smile that comes from a man who likes himself looks different from a smile that comes from a man who is 9:069 minutes, 6 seconds shopping she will like him enough for both of them. The older man's smile, when it is real, broadcasts an entire 9:139 minutes, 13 seconds, life behind it. The years he has lived, the losses he has weathered, the pleasures he has tasted, the settled 9:219 minutes, 21 seconds, unhurried quality of a man who knows who he is. All of this lives in the corners of his eyes and the shape of his 9:289 minutes, 28 seconds mouth, and a woman reads it instantly, even if she could never describe what she just read. This is why the smile of 9:369 minutes, 36 seconds, an older man at its best, is something a younger man simply cannot reproduce. The youth has not yet earned 9:439 minutes, 43 seconds, the smile. The younger smile, however charming, is a draft. The older smile, when it is real, is a finished work. And 539 minutes, 53 seconds, a woman's brain in those first crucial seconds can tell the difference between the two with stunning clarity. So there, 10:0110 minutes, 1 second it is, my friend. What happens in a woman's brain when an older man smiles at her? Her trust circuits relax. Her 10 minutes and 90 seconds recognition systems engage. Her chemistry begins to release. Her curiosity awakens. And all of it depends 10 minutes and 17 seconds on whether the smile is real and whether the man behind it has earned the depth that an older smile is supposed. 10:25. 10 minutes, 25 seconds to carry. But here's the thing I most want you to take with you. The smile is not a technique. The moment you start, 10:32. 10 minutes, 32 seconds, practicing it as a technique, it stops working. The female brain is too well calibrated, too ancient in its instincts. 10:4000, 10 minutes, 40 seconds, to be fooled by a smile that comes from strategy rather than substance. The only way to have a smile that does what we 10:48, 10 minutes, 48 seconds just described, is to actually become the kind of man whose smile would naturally do it. A man who is at peace with. 10:55, 10 minutes, 55 seconds himself. A man who is genuinely pleased to be where he is. A man who has lived enough to have softness in his eyes. And 11:41 minutes, 4 seconds. Weight behind his expression. You cannot fake your way to that smile. You have to live your way to it. 11:12, 11 minutes, 12 seconds. That is the deeper invitation here, my friend. Not to practice smiling, to become a man whose smile is worth 11:1811 minutes, 18 seconds waiting for. And then, when you finally turn that smile on a woman who is paying attention, the cascade inside her brain will do exactly what we just described. 11:29, 11 minutes, 29 seconds. Every single time. You already have the face. You already have the years. All that is left is to live in a way that 11:38, 11 minutes, 38 seconds, lets the smile become what it was always capable of being. If this reached you, leave a like. Subscribe for more on the 11:46, 11 minutes, 46 seconds, quiet science of attraction and presence. And tell me in the comments whether anyone has ever told you that you have a great smile. Because if they, 11:55, 11 minutes, 55 seconds have, they were telling you something important. Until next time, my friend, smile less often, but mean it more.